Hello, my name is Navigator. In today's video, it's going to be a video that I've been waiting to make for a very long time. We are going to be going over my entire AEW action figure collection. To keep it short, AEW is what got me into collecting wrestling figures. As I'm sure you guys can see in front of you, that has kind of, gone off into WWE as well and some other offshoots like TNA, ECW, whatever. But AEW is the real reason I collect wrestling figures, and a video that I've, once again, been wanting to make for a while is going over all of the in-box figures that I have, all the loose figures that I have, every AEW Jazzwares thing that I have, and there is honestly a lot. I've got about around 70 figures, maybe like upwards of 10 things in box, and then we'll get to some other bits and bobs along the way. But yeah, I'll be making a WWE one as well, and I don't know what else to say. Like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do, but let's get into this. Okay, I'm going to start with the easy stuff. I'm going to start with the things that I can't really show you. Number one is going to be what you're looking at right here. So in the back, we do have the ringside exclusive commentator pack that came with all the the chairs came with the figures, which we'll get to in a second, but that came with the backdrop there and the announcer's desk. On top of that, you can kind of see a little bit of it over here somewhere. I do have the AEW entrance stage. I know I've shown it off in videos before, and you guys probably know what it looks like, but I do have that, which I've customized with some lights and what have you. Over here on the other side, I have the Double or Nothing. You can kind of see it right there. Ringside exclusive ring that came with Aubrey Edwards, who I will show off very soon. I have one of the accessory packs. What else do I have? I have it in my notes here. Yeah. So the accessory pack, and then I also... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything there then, I guess. But we'll kind of do a little recap at the end as well. Aside from those things, we can go into the box figures that I have. So starting with this, I have a 1 of 3,000 Britt Baker Chase. I actually got this at GameStop on sale. It was like $10, and I was like, what? So I'm not sure what it's worth right now, but there we go. The first AEW Chase I ever got. And I guess we'll just kind of go down the line of chases that I have. Next up, I do have this one loose. We will show it off. But this is the Shop AEW exclusive 1 of 3,000 Bloody Eddie Kingston, or Blood and Guts Eddie Kingston, whatever you want to say. So we do have that as well. Next up, we have the Series 6 Malachi Black, a figure that I actually made a video about recently because this guy, he's pretty rare if I'm being honest. So aside from the new Jazzwares Vault and the old Supreme Editions, this is the only other Malachi Black in-ring gear that you can get right now. There is a suited version of him. Did a review of him recently. Speaking of the suited version, another figure in that wave is going to be the Luminary CM Punk, the last CM Punk figure ever produced by AEW. You guys know I picked this up recently, and I'm probably going to keep it in box unless I find the chase. And once again, speaking of chases, we do have the Bunny Chase. This was in the John Moxley Private Party wave, right? Oh no, I apologize. This was in a totally different wave. The Butcher and the Blade wave, of course, because she is with them, but she's no longer with AEW. But there we go, 1 of 5,000 Bunny Chase. What else do we have down here in the depths? Oh, here we go. The man, my favorite wrestler, John Moxley. This is a John Moxley chase from the series I was thinking with FTR and Private Party. So there we go. He's got that leather jacket on. Again, a 1 of 5,000. And then what else do we have on the ground here? The ringside exclusive, little bit of bubbly Chris Jericho. All of these are going to be mint in box. I mean, I don't know about mint, but they haven't been opened. So there you go. Actually, I got this in a comic shop for some trading stuff. So we have that. What else do we have here? We have the ringside exclusive Jurassic Express 2-pack, and this is actually the Chase variant. The Chase variant has Jungle Boy carrying Luchasaurus. I do have other Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus figures, though, so yeah, there you go. We have that. One 2-pack that I was looking for a long time, and I really do covet this thing, is the Kenny Omega and John Moxley Blood and Guts 2-pack. This thing is insane. I mean, I love this thing. As you guys know, if you saw that video of me unboxing it, I bought one to have on card, I guess you could say, and then one to keep in box as well. And then finally here, something that I do plan on opening, but it is in box right now, so I figured I'd show it off now, is going to be the ringside exclusive, the Acclaimed 3-pack. Got Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Billy Gunn. This I will be opening, so stay tuned for that video. I love this packaging, though. I hate to open it. Maybe sometime down the line I'll get a different one. But yeah, so that is all the box stuff, all the odds and ends. What the stuff that I started with is obviously a part of this arena, so you can't see it. Now let's move on to the big stuff, that being the loose figures that I have. So starting off here, we do have Adam Cole. This was the Target exclusive. And something I should say, I tried to sit down and find all the series and the exact waves that these figures came out in, and I figured that would just be exhausting. My advice would be, if you see a figure in here that you're like, oh, I want that figure, just go look up, like, I don't know, Cody Rhodes, AEW figure, John Moxley, whatever. There are lists out there that have the correct information if you are specifically looking for something. If I remember what it is, I'll let you know. But yeah, so that's a Target exclusive, Adam Cole. Another Target exclusive here, we have Samoa Joe. And actually, I should bring these up to the camera first. I actually have him in the wheelchair because that's his situation on TV right now. So there's Adam Cole. Hopefully I can fit them all here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Here's the Target exclusive Samoa Joe. So we have that. Up next, and I have a whole pile of them here. I'm just grabbing them. We have Wardlow. This is the only Wardlow that I have. I usually have only one of the wrestlers, unless they're my my favorite or something like that. I'll have multiple. But yeah, we got Wardlow right there. Next up, we have Dustin Rhodes from the Unmatched series. That is something I can do. I can usually tell what series they're from, so I'll give you that. The Wardlow is unrivaled. The Dustin Rhodes is unmatched. Next up here, we have the ringside exclusive Excalibur figure. So there's that, and then coming right behind him, right on his heels, is going to be the ringside exclusive Tony Schiavone. These are, of course, the announcers for AEW, so we have those. Up next, rest in peace, we have Brody King here from the Unmatched series. So there's Brody King. There are a couple of him. I know there's a ringside exclusive. But up next, the next AEW World Champion and my second favorite wrestler in AEW right now. Since John Moxley's not around, he's honestly my number one. But this is Swerve Strickland from the Unrivaled series. So there's that. What a great figure. Love that one. Speaking of, one of my favorite, if not my favorite mold for AEW figures, we have the Unrivaled Eddie Kingston. Love Eddie Kingston. He is awesome. I wish him and Mox would become friends again. Next up, we have the Unmatched series Pac. So there's Pac, and he actually just returned at the Revolution pay-per-view. So there's that. Next up here, we kind of have a kit bash, but this is majority part of the Kenny Omega Supreme Edition, which I do have. So we got the Kenny Omega Supreme Edition. We have a couple Kennys in here, actually. Next up is Scorpio Sky. We will see Frankie as well later, but this came in the Scorpio Sky Frankie Kazarian 2-pack. So there is that. Next up, we have Lance Archer, and if you guys can hear my floors creaking, I'm not like 5,000 pounds. I have a house built in the 1800s, so I do apologize if you hear that. But Lance Archer here from the Unrivaled series. Next up, we have Loose, the Kenny Omega from the Kenny Omega and John Moxley Blood and Guts 2-pack. Love this figure. My favorite Kenny Omega. This is the one that I have displayed. Next up here, who's actually released the day that I'm making this video, is Stu Grayson. So there's Stu Grayson, part of the Dark Order, or formerly part of the Dark Order. Next up here, we have Chris Statlander, one of two female AEW figures that I have. My favorite of the two. I love Chris Statlander. She's awesome. Next up here with his weapon is going to be, Cash Wheeler. I almost said Dash Wheeler. I don't know what I'm saying there, but there's Cash Wheeler, of course, one half of FTR. And you can't have Cash without Dax. So there is Dax Harwood, the other half of FTR. We have him. Next up here, again from the Dark Order, is going to be Evil Uno. So here's Evil Uno from the Unmatched collection. The FTR, along with Chris Statlander, were all Unrivaled figures as well. But the opposite of that, Unmatched, we have Rey Fenix, once again from the Unmatched series. What else do we have here? Taz, the third commentator, but not the last commentator that I have here. Well, that didn't really make any sense. But anyways, this is Taz from the Unrivaled collection. So there's Taz. Great guy. And speaking of Taz, we have his son. I guess I'm lucky pulling this one. Hook. Don't worry about his armor and the sling. I just kind of had it there for display. So there is Hook. I'm actually looking to get the ringside exclusive version of him pretty soon. Next up here, we have the Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes. One of two Cody Rhodes figures that I have. And, oh my gosh, I'm actually missing a figure. How could I have done that? Let me see if I can do a quick little turn here and find him. I don't know where he's at, but The figure I am talking about is the suited Cody Rhodes. And, oh no, he is in here somewhere. Yeah, he's back there. I see him. All right, he's in the video. You guys can't really see him, but I have the suited Cody Rhodes as well. How can I forget that? Next up, though, we do, and the Cody Rhodes, it's the Ultimate Edition. I think I said that, or excuse me, Supreme Edition. But once again, from the Unmatched series, we have the Malachi Black, one of the newer figures that has come out from AEW. And speaking of newer figures, along with Malachi Black, we have Buddy Matthews, another member of the House of Black. So there's Buddy Matthews. Let's get a little packed here up on the stage. Next up here, we have Penta El Cero Miedo. I guess, yeah, the other half of the Lucha Brothers, or 1/3 of Death Triangle, but there you go, Penta El Cero. Next up here, the last commentator that I have is going to be Jim Ross, good old JR. So there's Jim Ross, a ringside exclusive. Next up here, the other half of that Scorpio Sky Frankie Kazarian 2-pack is, well, Frankie Kazarian. So there's Frankie. His head's a little loose, I guess. Next up here, the other female figure that I have from AEW is going to be Hikaru Shida from the Unrivaled Collection. So there's that. Again, from the Unrivaled Collection, we have Orange Cassidy. I love his theme song, Jane by Jefferson Starship, yeah. Great song, we'll throw him there. What do we have here? Another part of Best Friends, we have Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor from the Unrivaled series. So there's Chuck Taylor. The final member of the House of Black, we have Brody King from the ringside exclusive Darby Allin and Brody King Blood and Guts 2-pack. I actually recently unboxed that on the channel. So there's Brody King. And then we'll do these guys at the same time, I guess. Why not? But we have Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. Unboxed these fairly recently as well. So there's Private Party. A little 2-for-1 for you guys. We'll throw them there. Speaking of 2-for-1s, if I can find the other half, we have the Dastardly Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. These are the GameStop exclusive Street Fighter variants, the only Young Bucks that I have. And I do have the Kenny Omega as well. I just kind of used him for different customs and whatnot, but I do have the GameStop exclusive Kenny Omega as well. Once again, those are all from the Street Fighter collab. Up next here, we have Kip Sabian from the Unmatched collection. Oh, wait. Or was it Unrivaled? I forget. It's been a while since I've had this figure. Maybe Unrivaled. I think it is Unrivaled, but Kip Sabian once again. And then the other half of that 2-pack with Brody King, we have the Blood and Guts of Darby Allin. My favorite Darby Allin ever produced, the second figure of Darby Allin that I have. And you'll see that other one here in a little bit. Over here we have the Blade from the Butcher and the Blade. This was in the Unrivaled collection. A really cool figure, I will admit. I love the accessories he comes with the little bandana there and the skull cap and the glasses. He looks awesome. The other half of the Blade has to be the Butcher. Once again, from the Unrivaled collection, we have the Butcher. So there's that. He came with a lot more accessories. I just don't really have them on him. Next up here, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson from the Unmatched collection. And there is a new Bryan Danielson coming out, so you might as well save your money on that one, if I am being honest. And then my favorite guy, my favorite figure of his as well, we have the other half of that Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, Blood and Guts 2-pack. Of course, Jon Moxley. And, I mean, you can't have a Moxley figure or be a Moxley fan without having a bloody figure of his. So there you go. Probably the favorite figure that I have in my collection, that one right there. Up next here, we have Ricky Starks. There is Ricky Starks from the Unrivaled collection. And who do we have next here? Wheeler Yuta with his Pure Championship. So there's Wheeler Yuta, the Blood and Guts version, and I have the Kenny Omega Supreme jeans on there to make him look a little bit more casual, I guess. Up next here, out of the box, the loose version, we do have the Blood and Guts Eddie Kingston. We're kind of hitting it all on the head here with the Blood and Guts. We got 3 in a row. Whoa! That came out of left field, but there's that. So that was a Shop AEW exclusive. Over here, we have the Unmatched collection Ortiz. There's Ortiz. I do have to get his other figure. I like the other one better. That one's kind of not really a big fan of it. And he has since left AEW, but here is Andrade. And if you're wondering why his hands are up there, I had this thing on him. So there's that, but he's now back in WWE. I'll probably remove him from the stage along with like Stu Grayson, a couple other people here. A little kind of throwaway one here. This is my custom Will Ospreay. I actually made a video on this figure. If you're interested in how I made this custom Will Ospreay, and I think it looks a little bit like him. Yeah, I know it's Christian there, but still, I don't know. Go check out my channel, and I'm sure you'll find that video It was kind of made pretty early when I started making videos, so there's that. My custom Will Ospreay. Hopefully they make a version of him soon. That'd be awesome. Next up here, we have the Amazon exclusive Gear Pack Chris Jericho, the only Chris Jericho that I own, and my personal favorite one. This figure is great. Like, literally the best Chris Jericho figure from that AEW's ever made. Love this, and it's like $10 on Amazon right now. So, I mean, man, if you don't have a Chris Jericho, go buy that one. It's super cheap on Amazon. Next up here, we have Trent Beretta, another part of Best Friends. We'll throw him there next to Chuck Taylor. One of my favorite figures in the entire collection is going to be the CM Punk Supreme Edition, a Walmart exclusive. And now, me saying that, it makes me realize that I actually have this figure in box as well. I do have that. It's kind of buried, under a bunch of stuff, and I didn't really feel like getting to it, but I do have this one in box as well, so keep that in mind. That's a great figure. Once again, the Supreme MJF. Excuse me, Supreme CM Punk. But speaking of MJF, we have MJF right here from the Unmatched collection. This is my favorite one that they've ever released, aside from the Blood and Guts one, although I can't really get my hands on that figure right now, so there we go. Next up here, another recent addition to the collection, but one that is going to be leaving the arena because he left AEW, is going to be Shawn Spears. So there's Shawn Spears. We got that. Up next here, we have Johnny Hungy, as MJF likes to call him. We have John Silver, another part of the Dark Order. So there's that. And then next up here, we have Danhausen. There's Danhausen from the Unrivaled collection. A really nice figure. I like him in his, casual gear. And then the other part of that ring that I have over there to the side, this is the ringside exclusive as well, Aubrey Edwards referee figure. So there's that. The only ref figure AEW has ever made. Up next here, we have although he has the belt, we have the former TNT champion, Christian Cage. Rest in peace. I wish that I know that they released some images of it, but I wish that I keep repeating myself. I wish that the Adam Copeland figure would come out soon. Up next here, we have Miro from the Unrivaled collection. I have the other Miro as well, or I guess I should say had. I recently sold him on eBay, but this is the Miro figure that I have now. Love his gimmick, the Redeemer. That figure is pretty cool too. And up next, I have a custom Jon Moxley. This is the one that came in the Darby Allin 2-pack. I called this the, what's that? Oh my gosh, how could I forget this? A paradigm shift. Jon Moxley, kind of like a apocalyptic, futuristic one, but yeah, a little custom figure that I made when I got bored one day. Speaking of the guy, though, we do have another Jon Moxley. This is, again, from the Unrivaled collection. So there's Jon Moxley with a very loose leg. I unboxed that one on the channel, I believe. Over here, we have the other part of that Jon Moxley Darby Allin 2-pack. Once again, Darby Allin. So there's that. That was an Amazon exclusive. We're getting towards the end of the pile here, folks, so don't worry. Up next, though, from the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy 2-pack, of course, Jungle Boy. Jack Perry has since left AEW. He's now in New Japan, although I did hear reports that he might be coming back, so there's that. And the other half of that Amazon exclusive 2-pack, we have Luchasaurus, an amazing figure. Love that figure. That was Kyle Peterson's best of the year, I'm pretty sure, in 2022 or 2023. I forget. Up next here, though, another guy who has recently left AEW and had an interview recently with Chris Van Vliet. This is Mike Santana, the other half of Santana and Ortiz, the tag team that should have won the titles but never did. But here we go. We have Powerhouse Hobbs from the Unrivaled collection. Powerhouse Hobbs, or I guess he goes by Will Hobbs now. And then another big guy from AEW, we have Brian Cage here. I initially bought this figure because I thought he looked a little bit like Chris Benoit. And ever since then, I've always kind of thought that a little bit. But there's Brian Cage. And then what else do we have here? We have the Unrivaled collection, Matt Hardy. This is one of the earlier figures that Jazzwares produced. Another figure I unboxed recently on the channel. And please, I hope I'm not saying figure. I hate that word. Like when people don't have the E on the end, figure, and that, now me saying that, it sounds like something I shouldn't say, but you guys know what I mean. But yeah, I'm making sure I enunciate my words correctly. There's Matt Hardy. Up next here, we have the, I think this is Unmatched, Sammy Guevara. I'm trying to get the TNT Championship one, the ringside one, to update this with, because this figure is really not that great. The whole Jericho Appreciation Society figures, like this next one, Jake Hager, in the prison outfits, I don't know. I didn't have figures of them to begin with, and these were the only options that I had, but I got to update these. I really, really do. Jake Hager, though, his other figure is terrible, so, I think that's the best I'm going to get. But, a guy who recently had his last match, the Icon Sting from the Unrivaled series. So there's Sting, and I threw a little jacket on here, or excuse me, on him. I don't even know what figure I got that jacket from, but it fits perfectly. A little customizing here, but this is the Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page, from the Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page Amazon exclusive 2-pack. That was a mouthful, but I kind of did a kit bash of his Walmart exclusive figure as well, the one with all the beer cans and the the cups and everything. Threw the jeans on there for him. So there's Hangman Adam Page. I really do like this. I think I did a good job. It was very simple, and it's always the simplest customs make you feel the best. Over here we have the Unrivaled series Jon Moxley. So there's Jon Moxley from the Unrivaled series. And the final figure here in the pile, it is the Unmatched Collection CM Punk. The first CM Punk figure that I ever had in my entire collection. So guys, that's pretty much it. We went over everything. We went over all the box stuff that I have. We went over the stuff that I have here in my arena. And then obviously we just went over all of my loose figures. This is going to be a video that I'm going to be kind of having as a mainstay on my channel. This is something that I've wanted to do since I initially started the channel, and I'm so glad to have done it. It's been a long day today. You know, I worked. I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, so I do apologize for stumbling over my words. But if this is your first time checking out the channel, I do videos like this, and I just unbox my figures and give my point on it. I really try not to make videos that are more than 10 minutes long, obviously aside from this one. So yeah, I'm an adult collector as well. I mean, I'm 23. I just turned 23. If you're kind of in that age group, we might have the same mentality. You might like the stuff that I have here on the channel. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's really all I can say. And yeah, welcome to Navigator's Collectibles, and thank you for watching my entire AEW collection showcase. So there you go. As always, though, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.